Starting 2 CinemaCons ago, you guys have heard me raving about this upcoming Wicked movie because they showed us a big presentation for it 2 years ago. And I'm like, guys, I'm not the target demographic, but this looks great. And I was super enthusiastic about it. Then this past CinemaCon, this past April, you know, they did another presentation for it. And Cythia Erivo and Ariana Grande came out, and the director came out, and they did this big show and song and dance thing. And it was like this, guys. And I've been telling you guys, and everybody's been saying, John, nobody cares about Wicked, blah, blah, blah. And I've been telling you, I've been saying, guys, this movie's going to be big.
250 million people bought tickets to the plays.
Yeah, this movie's going to be big. And there are some box office forecasts are now saying, like we talked about yesterday, it could hit as high as 100 million. They've adjusted. They're now saying it could have a $120 million opening weekend.
I believe it.
Fandango has reported it is the biggest advanced pre-sales they've had since Deadpool and Wolverine. Second biggest of the year, only behind Deadpool and Wolverine. And I've been telling you guys, I said, look, again, I'm not the target audience for this, but even I am saying, this looks fantastic. Cythia Erivo is going to crush this thing. Ariana Grande, I'm not necessarily a big Ariana Grande fan either, but you know what? She's going to be perfect in this role. This movie's going to be so much fun, and this big positive wave of energy and momentum has been going. The ticket pre-sales, the trailers have been great. We're getting closer to the release date. Nothing can stop the Wicked train. Except maybe the people driving the Wicked train. Because in one of the biggest dolt-headed exhibits of stupidity I've seen exhibited by a movie star in a while, as far as self-sabotage and killing the vibe of your own movie, Cythia Erivo, who I have been tremendously excited to see in this movie. I think she's going to be an awesome Elphaba. I even remember the damn character's name.
And you got it right. You weren't like Melly Belly Shelley.
Yeah.
Melly Belly Shelley.
You did the real one. We're proud of you.
She's going to be a great Elphaba. But she just did something that she's just become the poster child about why every celebrity should not have access to their own social media, and every celebrity should have a social media manager who has to clear everything they go through. Here's the basic gist, and Jonathan's got some images here. So just to start off with this. The original Broadway play poster, which is iconic. Original
Broadway? Gotcha.
Not that one, the Broadway
this
play.
one.
The original Broadway play poster is iconic, right? It's got, the Galinda, it's Galita, Gilly Billy?
Gilly Billy, yeah.
Leaning into Elphaba, whispering in your ears, the brim of the hat down over the eyes, the
devilish grin,
wicked smile, if you will, right? Like it's iconic, it's classic. Remember, this is not a new thing. Wicked has been around for many years and is beloved by millions. And this is an iconic image to a lot of them. Great. So now the official poster comes out, and we can take a look at that now, which is kind of like a homage, if you will,
right,
to that. Like it's kind of, there's some differences. The eyes aren't covered. Ariana Grande's hand is not high enough compared to the thing, but you recognize it. So here's what happens. As happens all the time with fans of original IP when something new is coming out, some fans took that poster and decided to make it kind of look more like the Broadway poster, as fans do. And what they ended up with was this. You can see one of the two big things that you can really, the three big things you really noticed. Ariana Grande's hand was photoshopped and then raised up to also see, there's the original.
Yeah,
they raised it up to cover more of her face.
Mm-hmm.
They used to say, this isn't exactly a great Photoshop job.
No. Right, yeah.
They used shading to give the illusion that the brim of the hat is covering the eyes. And they made that red smile from the Broadway poster red again instead of green. I need something to be made very clear. This was made by people who are excited about this movie. This has been made and shared around the internet by people who are excited for this movie and can't wait to see Cythia Erivo and Ariana Grande playing it. This is not a situation like unfortunate ones we see sometimes in Star Wars movies or Marvel movies, where there are people who are just straight up already against it because of their own basement dwelling pathologies, and they're already against it and they hate it and they're trying to poop. No, this is something that's being done and shared around by people who are excited and positive and can't wait and love this thing and all that kind of stuff. And it's a fan-made thing. This happens with every movie. Not a good enough excuse to Cythia Erivo, who decided to take offense to a fan photoshopping a poster just to look a little bit more like the Broadway one, and ripped into anybody sharing this around. This comes to us from The Wrap. They're sharing Cythia Erivo's post, talking about this poster. Cythia Erivo says the following: "This is the wildest, most offensive thing I have seen. Equal to that awful AI of us fighting, equal to people posing the question, is your pussy green?" Which, again, straight up idiots doing that. Absolutely. None of this is funny. None of it is cute. It degrades me. This poster degrades you? Anyway, it degrades me. It degrades us. The original poster is an illustration. Oh, it's a good thing she clarified that. I don't think people knew that. I am a real life human being who chose to look right down the barrel of the camera. By the way, I said, don't know if you know how this works. You are not the marketing director of this movie. You did not choose to look down the barrel. You did not design this poster. Just saying. I'm a real life human being who chose to look right down the barrel of the camera to you, the viewer, because without words, we communicate with our eyes. I don't disagree with that. Our poster is an homage, not an imitation. To edit my face and hide my eyes is to erase me. And that is just deeply hurtful. I'm calling bullshit on so many levels of this nonsense. First of all, I want you to recognize the tone of this. The tone of this is, Wicked is not your thing, everybody. Wicked is not a thing that you have loved and that you have embraced and that you have gone to see time and time again long before I ever had this role. It's mine. Wicked is about me. This is my movie. And all you little nerdlings out there, best damn respect that this is my movie. I don't give a shit about the classic look of the poster. And I don't give a shit. Like, no, you do not deface it. You're erasing me. You're taking me out of it. Again, I want to go back and reemphasize. This is made by people who are in her corner. This is being shared around by millions of people who can't wait to see her in this movie and who are excited for this project and are just doing their part to celebrate. Remember, these are millions of people who have been in love with Wicked long before Cythia Erivo was ever attached to it. And I'm sorry, but to me, this reeks of ego. This reeks of her saying this movie is mine. I don't care about the classic iconic images that you have loved for a decade or more. I don't care about that. This is about me. And by lowering the hood to cover my eyes, you are erasing me. This is what I like in this situation unto. I said this to Jonathan before the show. It's like you're at a casual get-together. You know, 20, 30 people hanging out, eating some food, drinking, and all of a sudden one of the couples there gets into a fight with each other. And they start yelling at each other. And all of a sudden, what was a fun, enjoyable atmosphere is now poisoned. Now everybody's quiet. Now everybody's kind of looking around. What was a fun, entertaining gathering of people, an enjoyable afternoon, is now deadly awkward and nobody wants to talk. To me, and I'm only speaking for myself, as a fan who for years now, I have been pumping this movie. I've been excited about these actresses in these roles. I've been excited about telling people that I think this looks so good and I think it's going to be huge. I'm just saying this for me. Cythia Erivo has just killed it for me. It's just killed it for me. I'm not saying it should kill it for me. I'm not saying it shouldn't kill it for me. I'm just saying all my enthusiasm for this movie is now gone. It's gone. I'm not saying the movie's going to be bad. I'm not telling other people not to go see the movie. Nothing like that. I'm just saying for me personally now, Cythia Erivo just ruined Wicked for me. I don't want to talk about the movie anymore. Because what if I say something that I'm excited about and I don't know, I say, I don't know, maybe in that one scene, Elphaba should have been wearing green instead of black. Am I going to get attacked next? She going to come after me? Saying, how dare you impose on my choices for color that I wear? I don't know. All I know now is that this Wicked dinner party is now an awkward, silent thing that I no longer want to be a part of. Like literally fans. Like, again, I get it. If this was like one of those Star Wars and Marvel situations where there's a bunch of bottom dwellers out there who hate you and don't want this movie to succeed and they start doing all kind of stuff, I 100% get that. I 100%, and I'm in your corner for that. But this was made by people who have loved this property long before you ever came along, and people who are cheering for you, and people who are excited to see you in this, and people who can't wait to see this movie, and people who in their own eyes are just doing their part to try to spread the love and the excitement around. And you turn on them like this? They're not your, these are your allies. These are the people who are cheered. These are your fans. And I'm just saying for me, and I'm only speaking for me. That smile I would get on my face whenever I'd think about Wicked and thinking about seeing Ariana Grande and Cythia Erivo in this, playing their roles and singing their songs and all that kind of stuff, that enthusiasm I feel, it's gone now. Now it feels awkward. Now it feels weird. And it's like, fine, okay, you don't want us talking about your movie? Fine. I will respect your choice. You don't want me talking about your movie? I won't talk about your movie anymore. I won't tell people how excited I've been. I won't tell people how great the CinemaCon presentations were. I won't tell people about how I think this is going to exceed everybody's expectations. You don't want us talking? Fine, I won't talk. I'll wait till your movie comes out and the reviews come out, and we'll talk about that when news happens. Other than that, I'm done. You don't want us talking? I'm done talking. So again, I'm not saying anybody else should feel that way. I'm not saying anybody should think negatively about this movie. I'm not saying people shouldn't go to see this movie. Not at all. I think a lot of people are very excited to see it and you should go see it. I'm just saying for me, the fun, the atmosphere's been killed. The vibe's been poisoned. It no longer feels fun to talk about Wicked because of what she just did. And so you want me out? Okay, I'm out. Well done. Anyway, Chris, you heard about this as a performer. Hell, as a performer who's not just had your eyes hidden, who's performed in some things and then had your entire role taken out of
so
some
many
things
times
before. I don't expect anybody else to feel as strongly as I do about this, but you see this. What's your takeaway from it? Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Dollar Shave Club. Hello there, my fellow handsome gentlemen. Nice face you shaved there. Whether you're going smooth shaven or maintaining a beard, Dollar Shave Club offers shave and grooming products that are always high quality, but never overpriced. If you like to wet shave for that clean, close shave, they've got the Club Series 6 Blade Razor. A shave so comfy your skin will take a nap. 6 stainless steel blades for our closest and most comfortable shave, with a vitamin E infused lubricant strip for comfort and glide, and precision trimmer for precise detailing. Their amazing shave butter, clear view, smooth glide, designed for precision. Shave butter is a translucent shaving cream alternative that allows you to see exactly where you're shaving. Bonus, it has long-lasting lubrication that helps soften whiskers for maximum glide and leaves your skin feeling hydrated. But don't take our word for it. Try it for yourself. You can visit their site right now for 20% off, $20 or more, and get your products delivered right to your door. Visit dollarshaveclub.com/Campea and use promo code Campea for 20% off, $20 or more. And remember, however you shave, Dollar Shave Club is here to help you stay handsome.
Well, first I am going to play devil's advocate just a little bit here. Of just, there is a long and complicated history of people having their images photoshopped or changed or augmented. And that can be a very sensitive thing for women, particularly women of color. I'm not going to pretend like I understand how that can feel at all. But I know it can be odd when somebody does Photoshop you. It's happened with us on this show. And it's sweet that people take the time to create that and make some art of you, but also sometimes it can feel a little off-putting and weird. That being said, I don't think anyone would ever do this out of malice. I don't
No.
think this is a, hey, I hate your poster, I hate that you're in it. I think this was a really lovely tribute of saying, oh, I wanted to think about what if they really leaned into what the poster looks
This
like.
is what it would look like the play.
Exactly. Yeah. And I
feel differently. If they photoshopped it so they took her out and made it another actress, even then I would get it a little bit more. I would understand that, but it was literally just shaded the eyes to make it look like the Broadway poster.
I feel like too,
It's just an art direction decision.
Yeah.
That's all.
If you are trying to also talk about how, people put in time and made this poster and there was artistry in this, and we did this really great photo shoot with this really great creative team, you can also talk about that, I think, in just a slightly different way of, hey, I'm so glad that you guys are so excited about this film. I'm so glad you all are so passionate about Wicked the musical. I love the poster we did. I think it's such a beautiful homage to this. Thanks again for your enthusiasm. I'm going to keep sharing the one that we made, though, because I'm so proud of it. It's just a slight PR tweak, right? And I feel like that works a little bit, because saying this is the most offensive thing you've seen, I don't want to tell people how they should react. If you are offended by this image, that absolutely is how you get to feel. I'm not going to cast aspersions on you about that, but I do think it is a pretty hot and elevated take to feel that way towards the fans who have made it. I just think there was a better way to say this, and that is the problem with social media. We get on there and we get heated about stuff, and we do things in a knee-jerk way.
Because she's seeing things that are truly like offensive and like awful, and so what happens is it creates this buildup of sensitivity, and then you explode. But you can't just spray and pray, because you're hitting people that are like on your side,
that are genuinely excited about it. Yeah. So it's a shame that this escalated so much. And I can totally understand why she would be upset. It does seem like a very big reaction. If that's how she feels, that's how she feels. I feel a little sad for the people who are really excited and went, ooh, I want to create some art about this. Because that's really sweet. And
it was really subtle. Like they literally just raised what's her name's hand a little bit and gave her more of a devilish grin, like the poster. And just pulled the brim of the hat down. That's all.
Yeah, and that's what happens with every single project. I mean, you brought that up. Anytime we get excited about the IP that we're familiar with, you see all that fan art. You see, superhero castings where it's, oh my gosh, I did this great picture where it absolutely is like the Justice League version of Hal Jordan, and I want you to look like this character. So it feels a little funky. I just don't also want to tell somebody how to feel.
My thing too on it is like, this went around, but it would have been forgotten in like a few days. Like I didn't even know about this.
Your show on streaming.
She ended up like putting fuel on a fire that wasn't even meant to be a fire. It was meant to be a glow onto the project. So now there's more eyes on that, and now there's this distraction. To John's point of like now they're looking like now you've called everyone in on the scene. And it's like, oh, now it's worse.
I'm somebody who's wildly excited about this movie, and I did not know about this issue until today.
And the misogynists and like their actual racists are gonna be like,
they're gonna blow it out
go away.
That's the thing that bothers me, is because the assholes are out there, right?
Yeah.
Who are just looking for an excuse to jump.
And I hate that they've done that to her too.
She just gave them unnecessary ammunition.
Sure.
And that's one of the things that frustrates me the most now. Is like people, we had people in our own live chat before the show started that I had to block out because they're going, see, the blah, blah, and like race. Like, oh my God, they just gave these bottom dwellers like ammunition that did not need to be there.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating. And listen, again, if this was made by mean-spirited people who were against the movie and was being shared by people and they actually took her out of the poster and all that kind of stuff, I would get it. This is something that happens. Fan art is made for every single movie that comes out.
And something tells me this wasn't the first time someone did that to the poster. This one just caught the attention.
Yeah. This is the one that
went viral. And again, I would really emphasize to Cythia Erivo, this is not your movie. You are a steward of a role. And I think you're going to be amazing in it, but you are this is not your movie. This is a property and IP that fans have loved for over a decade and love this property and are excited to see what you bring to it. Absolutely. But you need to keep in mind, this isn't yours. And some fan taking an image, a fan taking an image to look a little bit more like the Broadway poster, if that is going to elicit this reaction out of you, what the hell are you going to do when somebody does actually something really stupid? I mean, save it for that. Like, save, because there's going to be stupid people that are going to say stupid things. Save your responses for that.
Yeah. Plus, you're going to have so many allies joining you. Like,
sure.
Yeah, we don't accept this kind of like, behavior. Like, get out of here. But like with this, you're going to get some people that are allies to this, but most people are going to be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
and again, you're entitled to feel however you feel when something happens to you. I can't even imagine getting my dream role and being so proud of the like stuff that I'm putting out and having to go on a PR campaign for over a year. They've been promoting this movie for so goddamn long
time.
So I can understand that this probably is, to your point, Jonathan, a big buildup of just emotions and feelings and criticisms and things.
Yeah,
and
that she's had to deal with.
I don't want to police how she feels or anything like that.
I can't even imagine the pressure like I'm sure she's been put under.
Yeah, I wish it was handled a little bit better. This doesn't really move the needle for my excitement about this movie. It's just that's kind of a shame that she feels that way, but okay.
Again, like to me,
it's fan art.
Yeah.
As an individual fan, somebody who's been ranting and raving and like deliriously excited for this movie for so long, I feel like this Wicked dinner party just turned south. I feel like what was a fun vibe, a fun energy about this movie has now been brought to a screeching halt. And it's like, okay, I want to leave this party now. This is now not fun anymore. Like,
that's totally fair.
Yeah, it's like this doesn't feel fun to me anymore.
I wonder how many people, like, if this even happened, but other people in the cast who are like, oh, that's cute. Oh, never mind. That's been handled. I won't say it's cute.
Story. Yeah. Well, and speaking out about the AI and the pussy comment and stuff like that, yeah,
Awful.
that's
Obviously.
messed up.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's
you want to go off on
horrible.
that? I'll get in your corner with that.
Yeah,
Let's go on.
let's do it.
100%. Because but a fan who loves you and is excited for you and can't wait to see you in this movie makes some Photoshop adjustments just so it to look a little bit more like the thing. And that is the most offensive thing you can imagine. I don't know. To me, again, that weird couple just had a screaming argument with each other at the dinner party, and it's just ruined the mood of the whole place.
It's
now.
just that episode of The Office.
Yes, it's the dinner.
We're all just, oh God,
I mean, look,
Coco Von ready?
It's a plasma.
I have been there, not so much like where it's like around the dinner table, but like every time I got invited there, all of a sudden it was like, this could have been an episode. We were taken in one corner by one part of the two, and then later that night we were taken in another corner by the other party, and it was like two parties that you had to be in, like, and it's like, why am I coming here?
Dude,
this is stressful.
People do that to Logan all the time. They're like, we need to talk to you about our issues, and I'm like, he's not. Why are you doing this? It's a dinner party. He's not a therapist.
Yeah,
I hate this.
Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Cythia Erivo put out a really strongly worded statement against the people who are her fans and are excited for her and are excited about this movie over a piece of fan art that just made it look more like the Broadway poster. I don't know. For many people, this is whatever. It's nothing. For me, it's kind of soured the mood of it. Wicked doesn't feel like a fun thing to me anymore because of this. She just made it really awkward when it didn't need to be. I don't know. However you guys feel about it, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.